Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. It's your girl Bridgie. How you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time and you've never subscribed, do consider subscribing. It's completely free, and if you hit on the bell sign, you get notification whenever I post my videos. So guys, I wanted to give you an update today because I did a video a couple of weeks ago about this very sad and painful incident that happened in Calgary in Canada. I did a live video. If you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna link it just down below in the comment section of this video for those of you who haven't seen that video yet. So it was a story about this Nigerian lady who lives in Calgary, and unfortunately suffered the tragedy of losing her life because she went to work. She was a social worker, and according to the information we had at that time, she was working with people who has mental health issues, and one of the service users was the one that was responsible according to the police reports. So this story really affected a lot of people. A lot of people reached out to ask if I have any updates regarding this story, and I couldn't really respond because I haven't heard anything since then. But somebody reached out. One of our Obodo Oyinbo sisters who lives in Canada, in Calgary, reached out and sent me a message about what actually happened, because we don't really know what we just know that she went to work and she didn't come back. That somebody who she was working with, a client, was the one that was responsible, but we're not quite sure exactly how it happened. So this lady now sent me a message now that police did not give us all the information, that they didn't report what actually happened. So apparently this lady came from Europe. I think it was the UK. Here she was previously before she relocated. A lot of people from UK and other parts of Europe relocate to the US or Canada, North America, for one reason or the other. So she was previously here, and then she relocated, and her sister who lives in Europe was the one that went to Canada now after the incident happened to see her sister. Obviously, because of the unfortunate sad loss to the family, somebody needs to be there. Somebody needs to know what happened. So she went there, and that was when the real truth of the whole matter was revealed. Apparently, I'm just reading from a screenshot of the message that they sent to me. The person who is responsible, the client or the service user, as we call them here, who is responsible, got back that morning. This is what this lady is saying. So my understanding is that it's like a supported kind of living, where you have workers who go to work and work with people who suffers from one problem or the other. So apparently the person responsible who have been arrested got back that morning, and the social worker, he knocked on the door, and the social worker went to open the door for him. And the moment she opened the door, that was when everything just escalated from there. Brought out what these Fulani people carry up and down. That YouTube will not allow me to use the name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Brought out this thing that these Fulani people carry up and down, and that was when he just started. It's too gory to describe what this woman suffered. It's just too gory to describe her fate. But the most important thing that I took from this, what this lady is saying, according to her information, that this is what happened to the social worker, is that this person apparently has done it before. This is not the first time. So this person who is suffering from mental health issues has done it before, and the courts are aware, and there was no surveillance. This is what they are saying, that there was no surveillance camera there, and the guy was set free previously by the court based on mental illness. So they knew that this is what this guy has done before. But I'm just wondering why the police didn't share that information, because they did. The newspaper that carried the article about the Nigerian social worker who was killed in Calgary, Canada, they spoke to the police and they never said anything about this man or this person having done this before. So it's something that he has actually done before. This is not the first time. And it just makes me really, really mad, because they set him free, which we know that people who have mental health issues do commit crime, and based on that, they let them free. But if they are still a danger, yeah, they are a danger to themselves, or they are a danger to the general public or people who work with them, should they be allowed to live freely in the community? Shouldn't they be in a psych hospital, in a psych ward, where they will have specialist support from psychiatric nurses or psychiatric, social workers and doctors and things like, and people like that? Should they be allowed to live in the community where they can, bring harm? Because it just cut the life of this woman short, which is really, really painful. This is a woman who was only doing her job. She was only doing her job. She went to work, and she never came back. She never came back home. Her life was cut short. I mean, do you know how? I'm telling you that it is so, even for people who don't work in supported living or homes or places like that, just going into somebody's house to go and knock on somebody's door is a very, very dangerous thing, because you don't know what you are going to meet. You don't know if the person, what they have in their house that can attack you. Some of them have dogs, some of them have different things that can be very, very injurious. But in my experience, when you have clients like that who have challenging behavior, or they have mental health issues, they present in a certain way that they are dangerous people, they've been identified as very dangerous, then the workers need to be aware. You need to tell the workers that this is it. Don't do visits, alone. You need to do joint visit with other professionals. So I don't know. I really think that the family need to take this up, because they need to look into the circumstances, the real circumstances that led to these ladies, that need to be really, really investigated, because she can't just die for nothing. It's not on at all that she would just lose her life for nothing. I mean, what is the policy of that home where she was working in terms of lone working? Was she alone? Did she have other people that were working with her that night? Or how exactly did it happen that, a very dangerous human being is living in a place that they are being cared for, and people are supporting them, and there is no CCTV, there is no camera, there was nobody there to notice that an attack was taking place, and it was only the next morning that she was found? How did this happen? If this happened in the UK, it will be a serious case review. Thank God that, it happened in a developed country where they have structures in place that can really look into this. But one thing I know, that the family needs to take this up legally. They have to. They have to take this up legally, because if this man had been through the court system, they know he's very dangerous. He's killed someone before, and he's been let out to go and live openly in the community where people can have access to him, and he's done this crime again for the second time, then the family needs to take this up legally, in terms of going to court to seek for, to ask questions. Was this sister protected? Did she have the adequate protection where she was working? What are their lone working policy? What is safeguarding policy in terms of people who work in an environment like this? What are the policies? Are the policies in place? Are they being implemented? And lastly, they need to go and seek redress for compensation. Yes, they have to be compensated, because this is a huge loss. She's somebody's sister, she's somebody's daughter, she's somebody's child. So they need to, anybody who knows the family need to inform them. I'm sure they will know this already, but if they don't, they need to follow this up legally and take it up. They need to take it up with that establishment. If it's a charity she was working with, if it's the government she was working with, whatever establishment that she was working with, they need to challenge this and take it up to seek for redress. Because the way this matter happened is so painful to me. I'm telling you, it's really, really painful that somebody will just go to work to go and do their honest job, and their lives can just be cut short like that. So I just wanted to update you guys to let you know this is the information that I've received from following up the story. And if I do get any other information subsequent to this, I would let you know. But for now, I'm just going to leave it here, and we'll pray that her soul rest in peace. Affliction will not arise the second time, and for as many of us who are Africans that live in the diaspora, who go about our businesses. We are not, you know, representing Nigeria in a bad way. We are doing our legal job, hustling and trying to make ends meet, you know, to make something out of ourselves, that no harm will befall us. The year is going to an end, that God will keep us, protect us beyond this year 2020 and beyond, by his grace, that we will never have a bad testimony like this again. I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Thanks a lot for watching. I love you. Bye bye.